Hi Capricorn, it's Power Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have another cool reading for you guys. And this is going to be for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and anybody who resonates with it, because these are readings for the collective. So I hope you guys are well, Capricorn. And let's see what we have. And we're going to use, of course, newer decks today, or different decks. This is what we usually do. We have Self-Worth, Bittersweet, and Workaholic. Okay, so somebody might be a workaholic in this reading. Sometimes it means you are just only focused on one thing. It doesn't have to necessarily be a workaholic, right? Like you can't take your mind off of something. You have something to do, a quest or a mission, something like that. Self-worth talks about somebody who didn't have any. That's really what it is. The chair is empty, and there's something here in this reading that is bittersweet. So this man, here's the mermaid bringing him the birthday cake. Here's the dove for hope and faith and things like that, and peace. And so, but he's sad. So it kind of means that there's something for him to be happy about with the cake. But maybe it was his birthday, right? Maybe this is about a Virgo, right? It is Virgo season. But he's unhappy, right? Even though he's getting, so this is bittersweet. And let's see what else we have, Capricorn, for you guys. And we're going to get this card. We have Success. And here is the Black Panther. Yes. Or is he a jaguar? That always comes up here. I think he's a panther. Very beautiful. He's somewhere tropical. We see the cockatiel, right? And we have Stand Still. Okay, stand still it could be, sometimes things are at a standstill. And sometimes it means kind of inner stillness, but let's see, enlightenment. Wow. So, things could have been at a standstill because of some enlightenment. Enlightenment will change your whole life if you are truly enlightened, right? You start to understand things clearly about the meaning of life, the meaning of your own, and you start to really connect with your soul when you are enlightened. Of course, you're no longer in the dark with enlightenment, right? And so, there's success here because somebody has been enlightened, right? Maybe this is about work, success. It is next to the workaholic card. But there's something to be sad about here, and there is much to be happy about. I feel like there is. And yeah, so let's get into this. Let's have a look at this standstill card. I do kind of want to see what they have to say about that. Where is it? Let's see what we have for standstill. Yeah, stand still, sit still, right? It was usually sit still, right? Like when you're in school, the teacher's telling you to sit still. You're like, what? Let's see what we got here. Swamplands. All right, maybe this is about Florida. A swamp is a low-lying area, okay, with woody plants where water collects and saturates the ground. Oh, yeah. During rainy season, swamplands become overwhelmed with water. This looks like it's stagnant energy, but hey, the edge of the swamp is often a quagmire of mud and silt. But an abundance of plants and swamp insects dwell there. That's true. Because of the sticky nature of the mud, it is often impossible to walk through swamplands. Even trying to maneuver with a boat can be difficult and treacherous because of dense vegetation. However, there is great value in swamplands. I feel like what happened is that somebody went through, you or your person, Capricorn, went through this kind of very stagnant time, and then they were, and during that stagnancy, they were really able to understand, because we have enlightenment right next to it. So that period of stagnation, brought a lot of value here, and somebody has been enlightened, therefore. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, very interesting. And so let's see. And today we have a couple decks here. Yes, we do. I hope you guys are well, Capricorn, as I said. And Capricorn, if you would like your own psychic reading, you can sure get one. I'm a Silva grad. Yeah, and they're accurate. And so they're a lot of fun because we do them either over a Google Meet, like a video call, or we can do them on the phone, FaceTime, things like that. Very empowering. It could be about your own life aspects, work, career. Maybe you're at a crossroads in your life. Or it can also be about romance or somebody else, right? It doesn't even have to be romance, right? It could be something else. Let's see what we have. Could be about your kid, too. Yeah, it really could. Let's see what we have here for you guys, Capricorn. And we start with the Queen of Pentacles and the Death card. Okay, there's a major transformation. We know there's a transformation because of the Enlightenment card, right? Once you are enlightened, you can never go back to living in the dark and not understanding why your life is bad or unhappy. You know, you never go back to that. And Nine of Pentacles reversed, Empress reversed, Knight of Swords, Six of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the King of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. So look how beautiful this is. The reading starts out with no self-worth, and over here with the with these cards, which is the Oracle spread, it ends with enlightenment. So when somebody doesn't have any self-worth, it's because they don't understand themselves. They are still in the dark about, honestly, about their false ego. That's really what it's about. So this is about knowing yourself, and then the enlightenment comes. But yeah, you can see the growth right here when we start with low self-worth and enlightenment. This is the whole, everything between it is about growth. Yeah, very cool. And so here we start with the Queen of Pentacles. That might be you, Capricorn. It could be a Virgo. We have Virgo here. It could be a Taurus. It could be somebody nurturing. Somebody with a lot of earth in their chart. Yeah. And let's get a card on that. We have generosity. All right. I said nurturing. Okay, generous. Nurturing is generous. It sure is. Nurturing with your heart. Nurturing with your time. Generous with your time, generous with your heart. And so we see this here, Queen of Pentacles. And the Death card sits in the challenge. So this is a transformation, as I have said. And it's coming with this other card here, the Six of Cups, joy. So somebody's transforming their life here after they figured themselves out. They figured out, they raised their consciousness. They raised their self-worth here with some major understanding. Right? That's what the standstill card was really kind of alluding to. It was like, you know, you can fall, kind of, right? It's hard to get through these swamps, but because it's stagnant and it's highly, you know, there's a lot of vegetation. But that's not, you know, the point about that is that stagnancy allows time to really learn about yourself, right? Like a couple years ago, a lot of people were staying home, finally figuring out kind of who they were, or, you know, or kind of the meaning of their own life, or, and, you know, to step into their own power. Some people could have been enlightened just staying home. They definitely could have been, because time lets you reflect, right? So we have the Joy card and the Hermit card. Yeah, and this is happiness, but there's a transformation. It's coming here. And wow, this is beautiful here. Somebody could have changed. Maybe they were, you know, if they didn't have any self-worth, it's possible that they were not generous and kind, because, you know, when your self-worth is higher, when you feel better about yourself, right, you're able to forgive yourself, you have more compassion, and it shows to other people. You're more compassionate with them as well. That's just how it works, right? And we have Temperance, and this is patience, and maybe this is Sagittarius, right? Really interesting about Sagittarius, because Sagittarians aren't really that patient. I'm sorry to say, you guys. I'm a Sag, right? It depends on your chart. But because we have this impulsivity, right? And, you know, we want to get right down to it. We're so enthused. So, you know, I suppose that we really have to learn it. Yeah, I mean, I've had to learn patience. Yeah, and so, but it is a virtue, and it can really help you enjoy your life more, because you're not fixated on, oh, it has to come now. I have to do this right now, right? Because if you're not able to, then you're disappointing yourself. So maybe we have a Sag and a Virgo in your reading. That's always a possibility. Scorpio's the Death card, King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and then the Empress is here, and she is Libra and Taurus. She is both, right? But, you know, there's growth here. You know, when we see patience, it's because of soul growth. That's what that's about. And we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed, and it's showing up at the Queen of Cups, and the King is down here. Here's the Queen of Cups, the empath. Could be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And, you know, she's right next to the Enlightenment card, isn't she? Yeah, so she's kind. She's an empath, and it's interesting about, you know, being an empath, though, when you can read people's energy, right? I mean, you know, it's easier to be kind when you can read their energy, of course, but sometimes their energy is very heavy and you're like, oh my goodness, right? That's not easy to do. So the empath shows up in the past with the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Somebody really understands here with the soul growth and enlightenment that they really wanted to be single, or they wanted to be independent, or or they wanted to be self-sufficient. Doesn't always, there's some type of self-sufficiency in this reading with this Nine of Pentacles, right? And sometimes this means that you really want to build with somebody. That's all that can mean, that because the Nine of Pentacles is self-sufficiency in the upright, or maybe sometimes being single. In the reverse, it can mean I don't want to be single. I want to be with somebody. I want to be partnered. And we know somebody wants that in this reading, because we know that, right? With joy and the transformation and the enlightenment and the patience, right? Even in Spanish, we have, well, not we, but, there are songs that talk about, when you are patient, when your voice is patient. I know Juan Luis Guerra has a song. I feel like it's in that song Bachata Rosa, right? And this is, he's singing, he goes, when your voice is so patient with me, like, I know that you love me, basically, right? So yeah, the Empress is here in the mindset. It's reversed. It's showing up with judgment. Judgment is perspective. Really interesting how they call judgment perspective, because judgment is an awakening. So now you have a different perspective because of the enlightenment, right? So a card here. And so this Empress reversed could be, like I said, Taurus or Libra, but I feel like somebody has a different, because the Empress is very nurturing. And maybe there's the Empress can be a mother. There could be somebody could be going through something difficult here, and they are a mother. It's possible. Sometimes she's a third party. She's a number 3, right? And she's kind of sitting there. Her husband's not there in the meadow with her, right? So maybe. But here's the perspective card. This is a different perspective. I have a different understanding. That's what I was saying here. Somebody has a different understanding of what life is, or what their life is, for sure. And they have a different understanding, they do, of themselves, lacking self-worth in the past. Knight of Swords, the support card is with it. That's what the Sun offers, support. You can grow your food. You have clarity. You understand. It gives you power, right? Vitamin D and just all this stuff. The Sun is about support. It is. And so we have the Knight of Swords with it. This is interesting. I feel like somebody is feeling support in this reading because of their enlightenment, but they're all also feeling the support to go after what it is they really, whatever's bringing them joy. Something may have to end here with the Death card in the challenge in order for somebody to have their joy. And I feel like that's what's going on. 6 of Pentacles showing up twice. Here it is in the original deck, and we have the Stress card with it. Look at that. The concern is there could have been a third party here. There's 3 people on this deck, right? Yeah, and there could have been breadcrumbing here, and that is the concern. Maybe they breadcrumbed you, Capricorn, and because the Stress card is with it. Wow. And in the Page of Wands, and this could be third party too, where, hey, I want to go be with Capricorn now. It's possible. And this other person, I have a different perspective. It definitely could be because of the Death card sitting in the challenge, right? And so whoever wanted to do whatever that they wanted to do before, they didn't have enough self-worth. It's also possible they just didn't have the proper perspective, because judgment is an awakening. Yeah, it is. And it's also possible that you were judged wrongly or poorly, Capricorn. And how dare they do that, right? It's possible. Or you judge them, maybe, right? But, this low self-worth card over here can have people misjudging all day long because they're coming from a place of pain, or it's definitely not personal power. So when you are kind of feeling, or disappointment, they might feel disappointed with themselves, low self-worth. So this is how they see other people, with that same lens. That's how it is, right? Yeah, we mirror, yeah, we do. And here's the Messenger showing up with the Page of Wands in the environment. So the Messenger is here. This is like kind of like the Page of Swords, and they're showing up. And these are 2 pages here in the environment. You have communication coming, Capricorn, right? Unless you guys both work at the post office, right? And we have kind of 2 Two messengers here, right? Yeah. So you have communication coming. Let's get another card. I want to see what else is in this environment. The mover. Yeah, somebody wants to tell you, or you want to tell them, let's move forward. This is like the Knight of Wands. That's what this is. They call this the Prince of Roses, the mover. Remember, the Knight of Wands means action, the mover. These are the movers and shakers in the world that, they go after what they want because they have courage. They don't sit around and go, oh, well, if I had that, I could do that. And no, they don't do that. No, they don't. And then maybe they did in the past with that self-worth card, right? King of Cups showing up in the hope, and we have the Hanged Man with this is attitude. Look at that. So, the Hanged Man is here. The Hanged Man is trying to gain his or her perspective. Well, they call it a man here, right? And they're actually showing a woman here. I find that to be interesting. Okay, that's fine. Pisces is a feminine sign, so, the Hanged Man represents Pisces as well. It doesn't really matter, right? But here is the hanged person, and here's attitude with it. And so this is like, and so this means, when the hangman takes time out, the hangman's kind of like friends with Virgo, or not Virgo, but the hermit, because the hermit steps aside to gain insight and, seek answers. And the hangman does the same thing. It can be waiting. Sometimes he is in limbo, but it is about getting another perspective or looking at things from all angles, which is what everybody should be doing, right? I was talking to a friend yesterday, and she just had this one perspective, and it's not good. It's not good for humanity. No, she just had this straight on. I was like, well, don't look at that. You should at least consider that. Oh no, I'm not going to consider that. So, which was a little sad because it was about something very important. It was for all of us, but So here's this Hangman, the attitude card, and the King of Cups is there. It could be a Pisces here. Let's get another card, and we have opposition. Yeah, so there's an opposing here, right? There's like an argument here with this attitude. The attitude here is that I don't want something anymore. I'm opposed to that. That's what this is about. And this person is hoping you're probably not going to be opposed to them. For some reason, I feel like they did something, most likely in this reading, right? They probably did to you, Capricorn. They could be hoping here that you won't have an attitude and be opposed to them, or something like that, right? They could. Maybe this person has grown if this is about them, and they could be hoping that you can see that they've changed. Here's the Ace of Wands in the potential outcome. We'll get a card with it, Capricorn, and it is showing up with the Prince of Gems. This is like the genius kind of, but that's what they kind of call. This is this person. Let's look at that. They call it ingenuity, right? Let's see what they say about that, because that's very interesting. I feel like it is. And this is like the Knight of Wands. Well, the Princess of Pentacles. I beg your pardon. Let's see what they say about that. Okay, here we go. And she's kind of the queen here. The princess, she's the princess, yeah. And so this is, yes, the Princess of Gems, gems upright, prepares to play a flute she has made in a garden she has planted. Many city dwellers in her kingdom think she is naive and unsophisticated, but those who know that we all live off the land see her clearly as being one with the world that gives her life. She's not afraid to get her hands dirty or of any honest work. Okay, so this is about somebody who's kind of earthly. This definitely could be you, Capricorn, right? The Princess of Pentacles. She's wealthy because she knows how to live off the land. This is about somebody who's resourceful. She is sensuality personified. Okay, so the Empress is in the reading, and the Empress is sensuality personified, right? She seeks pleasure but has trouble letting go and surrendering to love. Yeah, and that's in the reverse. So this talks about a new business idea that could evolve. A new partner will be down to earth, good with his hands, or able to create wealth in some way. This can talk about you working with somebody, Capricorn. And this shows up in the potential outcome with the Ace of Wands. This person may want to work with you, right? Yeah, Capricorns, they're efficient. And the Capricorn is ruled by the 10th house of career. and achievement. That's what that is, right? So you have something really cool coming, Capricorn. Somebody here is worried. They have a lot of stress, and I feel like this person has a lot of passion and love for you. And they're coming because we have 2 pages in the environment. We're going to end this reading. Thanks so much for joining me. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the little bell, Capricorn, in order to see all my notifications. And I will put the horoscope for the 12 signs for September up at the top of the comments. Thank you so much.